My family has benefited from SEPRD childcare because we were going from place to place before this. We had a really hard time keeping childcare on the coast. When I had my son, he was enrolled at Cannon Beach Children's Center, and that was great for a couple months, and then they closed from lack of teachers and lack of kids. And then we had a private babysitter for a while, and I had to drive an extra hour in the mornings to drop him off there. And then we got to a different private daycare, much more expensive and wasn't the quality we were looking for. And then another daycare after that, and then it closed. So the pandemic happened, and then we were able to get in here, and we were so grateful because now we have two children, and having them in the same place where they have quality care is amazing. And my daughter's experience with the preschool program here compared to my son, who was in the private preschool, has been night and day. So he's in the after zone, which is great, but I wish if we had thought to put him in here when he was a preschooler, because she has made so many leaps and bounds with her learning, and she loves it. And she used to cry when you dropped her off at daycare, and she never does. She just loves it so much here. So it's really done a lot for our family and making our kids happy and, happy learners. So
our kids are safe. We can go to work and we know that not only are they safe, but they're also in an environment that feeds them. We really see a lot of growth week to week with our kids.
I would say the biggest benefit of SEPRD childcare is, I could just say it in one word, is accessibility. The hours are accessible. The fact that I can drop off my daughter at 7:30 and pick her up as late as 5:30 is absolutely integral to my job as a teacher here in Seaside. And so the time is accessible, the price is accessible, the programming is accessible, and I really appreciate that so much. And I know that my daughter really benefits from it as well.
Well, the favorite experience is tricky because Julia has a mass array of favorite experiences. I will say though, as of late, karaoke has been a big deal in her little world, because it's not only teaching her that she has a talent and to be appreciated for that, but also to appreciate others. It's teaching her that it feels good to say, Cameron, you did a really great job.
And then my daughter here in the preschool has especially loved the swimming days and also the little yokesters. And what she's learned with Miss Zoe through yoga on Wednesdays has just been so applicable to our life at home whenever she gets frustrated, or whenever I get frustrated. She tells me, do a breath in your belly breath, mama. And she'll sit and help me relax and meditate and take deep breaths. And that's just something that she's really appreciated, and that I would not have had the time to teach her at home. So I really appreciate Sunset Empire for that.
My daughter is in the preschool program, and her favorite experiences have been just time in her classroom with her teacher. She loves Miss Kelly. She loved Miss Jennifer last year, and she loves her sharing days. She loves getting to be the class helper and bring a toy to share with the class. And she loves all the holiday activities too. She's very pro celebrating, and so she tells me all about the Earth Day celebrations, and we learned about this week, and she just has a blast with it. And my son loves the swimming days with his friends. He loves just playing with his friends after school and not having to have an hour-long bus ride home. He gets to actually have a fun time and interpersonal communication instead of sitting by himself bored, which is much better for him. If we didn't have SEPRD for our child care, we would be in pretty dire straits. As a teacher here at the school district, I need to be at work. My kid can't really come to work with me, and there's not a lot of options on the coast. I mean, we explored them. We went to a lot of them, and they kept closing. And And the only other one we considered when we went to SEPRD was Sherry's in Cannon Beach, and it's closed now. So we're really that childcare desert, and SEPRD is really helping with more than their share of the childcare for this county. And I'm really thankful, because without it, my husband would have to leave work early every day to be there for my son when he gets home on the bus after that hour-long bus ride. And my daughter would be somewhere, I guess, or my husband would have to quit his job and be home with her. So, there's a shortage of park rangers too, so he's glad he's able to keep working, and we have a really enriching environment for our kids.
There's no other option in our area. We're in a total desert for childcare, and anyone with kids will tell you, that this place is an oasis.
It's not fun to think about what I would do if Sunset Empire childcare did not exist. I think realistically, being a full-time teacher here at Seaside Middle School and my husband working full-time, I think that I would have to quit my job, or he would have to quit his job in order to provide care for our daughter. And that's not just because of us really liking only Sunset Empire. It's really just because there's not a lot of options. And Sunset Empire really goes above and beyond providing quality, accessible, positive experiences for kids. And so I just don't really want to think about it not existing, because it's so important to our